The human brain, 86 billion neurons working in conjunction, so complex that its intricacies remain a mystery to modern science. Trillions of synapses firing each second, working with the efficiency of a machine. We do not understand its secrets, and yet its emulation is at the forefront of the modern-day tech industry.
So the machine learning algorithms that we predominantly use take large amounts of example data that illustrate a phenomenon that you want the machine to learn, and it does so by providing examples. And in a way that's loosely similar to how humans learn from examples, the machine takes all of those data and builds a model, which at its heart is a mathematical model that tries to make sense of the underlying patterns that are in those examples, so it can use that model later on to make predictions or labels or other tasks about that phenomenon.
The skill of data analysis for artificial intelligence is unmatched. The largest concerns present when these machines are trained by an insufficient data set, which is called biased data.
If you show a model 99% of its examples have data from individuals of a particular race and then 1% of a different race, the model is going to have encoded that bias in the predictions and inferences that it makes along the way.
AI that is designed to automate the hiring process in companies might look back on previous hiring data and be less likely to accept minority or female applicants, because historically those groups have faced discrimination in the workplace.
Now, the company created an artificial intelligence chat bot. It was a computer that they named Tay, who was designed to respond to questions and conversations on Twitter with the personality of a teenage girl. So you can see there she started
That's
out by
a bad idea right there.
It doesn't sound great, does it? Now, she started out tweeting about how humans are super, and she's really into the idea of National Puppy Day. Now, the idea behind Tay was that her output was modeled on what was happening on Twitter, the responses that she gets from humans. And within a few hours, you can see she took on a rather offensive, racist tone, a lot of messages about genocide and the Holocaust.
Implement these facial recognition features, which in the study that was put aside clearly singled out a lot of the minorities. And you said that there's a root to all of this, which is that these algorithms, these technologies are largely being built out by white men.
Largely, yes, and white men of a certain age as well.
Hi camera, I've got a face. Can you see my face? No glasses face? You can see her face. What about my face? Well, I've got a mask. Can you see my mask?
So how did this happen? Why am I sitting in front of a computer in a white mask trying to be detected by a cheap webcam?
For the most part, this comes back to the fact that models are only as good as the data that they've been trained on.
An AI is only as good as the data set that it's trained off of.
An AI is only as good as the data set it is trained on.
And we see this in lots of cases. We see this, one example that comes up frequently is in predictive policing. If you provide historical policing data to a model, it becomes biased in the same way that that historical policing data was biased. And often these predictive policing algorithms have been created without proper consideration of that existing bias. And so the models that have been created go on to perpetuate it because that's what they've seen during the training process.
So when we're talking about bias, we're worrying first of all about the people, the focus of the people who are creating the algorithms, and so that's where we get the young white people, white men mainly, and so we need to make the industry much more diverse in the West.
Artificial and human brains learn in a similar way. They both need guidance and exposure to diversity in order to grow. If AI is to continue as the centerpiece for technological advancement, It is necessary for its developers to ensure that their models can benefit everybody.